Hello, everybody. I know that it's been a minute since I have uploaded, and of course, there's reasons for that. There's reasons for everything. I have to distance myself from my clients. I have to mentally detach from my job, and I need to emotionally and spiritually prepare myself for a completely new life in a different climate with a different culture and different language, different food. Anything that you can think of is going to be different. And I am definitely ready. I mean, I've been preparing myself for this research for years, and I've been looking forward to the detachment process also. So with that comes great responsibility, and that includes bank accounts, trust issues with friends or relationships, and basically just it's a test to see. It's basically a spiritual test, I would say. And so with this information, I have gathered so many life experiences to the point that now I'm being like pushed over the edge. And I know that I've told you guys about this before, but now it's kind of getting to the point where it's actually happening. So my identity has been stolen. Anything that you can think of that could be difficult for a person to go through. I've been there, done that. I've been to hell and back, literally. And that's why I am so intense, but also along with that, that's an explanation as to why, I guess it's like why my personality is this way, but also my friend would say that I'm hurt based on my experiences. Like, he's convinced that I'm just really disappointed and really hurt by people. And I'll tell you right now, my number one problem is selfish people. And the fact that when people are selfish, I can no longer consider them real human beings. So if someone's only thinking about themselves, which in this American culture, you're trained from a young age to be self-centered, self-serving. Everything is individualized and compartmentalized, just how they want it, so that it's easier for people to have mental and emotional breakdowns. It's easier for them to go crawling to the big pharma companies. It's easier for them to essentially, get picked up by different lifestyles, hard drugs, prescription drugs, addictive food, fast food, GMO food. I mean, you already know. And that's not even getting into the subliminal technology side. So essentially what I'm saying is I can no longer talk to or affiliate myself with the majority of human beings because most of them are selfish and fake. I've lost my entire family over the basis of them being the opposite of ride or die, to the point that they're fraudulent fakes. And there's absolutely no excuse for selfishness at this stage of the game. So I've been studying adults with autism for the past 3 years, and I can tell you that they almost don't even know how to process information from someone else's perspective. They can't put themselves in someone else's shoes unless they're confronted with it. okay? So what I'm saying is all of my clients, they are able to see that another person is going through something, and this would be considered basic for me, but apparently the majority of the population doesn't have even the basics down, because they've been so brainwashed and so socialized to go into the opposite direction. So when I see someone who's not selfish, it gives me hope, but it also reminds me that there are real people still on this planet. And so I've lost most of my family, okay, listen, I don't even have that many friends, but I'm telling you, the friends that I do have, they're like life-changing, spirit family type people, right? So these people hold a lot of weight in my life because I take my life and my time seriously, and I know how powerful relationships can be. So what I'm trying to explain is that there have been so many people in my life that have been so self-centered to the point that I'm disgusted by them. And we can no longer talk. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to see you. And I don't want to hear from you either. Because your argument is invalid and it's based on nothing. It's based on no truth whatsoever. So that's that. And I don't feel bad about it anymore. Just because I'm nice and seem nice doesn't mean that I'm playing around, and doesn't mean that I won't check you. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that these selfish people aren't even worth getting checked. So that's kind of where I'm at now, and I look forward to sharing with you as much as I possibly can of my research when it moves into animal wildlife, animal behavior, and such, because it will be rare wild animals from the rainforest, from the Amazon, living in that climate. And I think that will be a good positive spin on my channel, because I would like to see a transition and I would like to see some development. I don't have anything else to share really out of my own experience. I've documented a good repertoire of information on health and wellness. It's a good starting point to get you thinking, to get you moving in your own direction, to get you developing in your own life. And so all I can say is that these different labels that people like to throw around pertaining to mental illness and race and culture, those topics are socially constructed by man. You'll learn if you ever if you ever take any basic sociology class, you'll learn first thing right at the gate that race and mental illness are social constructs that have been created to separate people and turn people against each other. It's not that difficult to figure out. But then again, majority of these people are brainwashed and gone. My own blood family members won't be able to hang out with me in eternity because they literally gave up their chance based on selfish acts of greed to serve their temporary fix. I'm not into temporary fixes and instant gratification. That type of stuff speaks to selfish childish behavior. And this can happen at any age. So this is just a reminder that if you're selfish, you will go nowhere in your life. You will stay stagnant. And you will be left there. And it's not anybody else's fault, because you're literally going against the kingdom and going against the community. So now I'm in the place where I only have a couple more weeks of work. I'm mentally detaching myself from this job, from this country, from this culture, from my patterns, from my food choices. I won't be having access to any American food, no Chinese, no Mexican, no late night cravings. I'll be eating fresh from the farm, fresh from the river, and it's game over. So, it's game over for my career in terms of I'm no longer going to work for anybody else. I'm going to be a health and wellness life coach, extremely cutthroat, and I don't take excuses. I don't like excuses. It's never going to work for you if you're just going to come up with an excuse. So, yes, I'm taking a break for my own research. That's animal based. That's animal, environmental, and socially based. So this is doing things for a village. This is not doing anything for an institution. I'm not going to be paid. There's no grant money. There's no institution. There's no tax. Everything is independent, and everything is true research. It's non-funded, and there's no bias that could take place. And if there is, you better let me know down the line, and you better have actual credibility to back it up. So my next 3 to 6 months are intense field research based in Amazonia. And then shortly following will be my last chance at saving people in the first world from being completely brainwashed and sold out. Selling out is not an option. So I hope that you're not planning on doing it anytime soon. And you can reach me via email or Instagram as per usual for any health and wellness coaching that you might need help with. I'm not cheap. I can tell you that right now. I don't waste time. I don't have excuses. I would fly to the client. The client pays. It's a standard contract, and that's it. So let me know how your thoughts are and what your thoughts are on selfish people. Anyone that you've had in your life that is selfish needs to be eliminated and taken out, and you need space from them because they're actually suffocating your divinity, and they are taking away some of your grace, which is also not cheap. It's a priceless commodity. It's not even a commodity. It's a priceless form, kind of like your soul, and you need to actually have some boundaries in your life, and that goes for spiritual just as much as it goes for physical. And so please reach out to me if you have any questions pertaining to first world, third world, even second world. I will be gone out of Wi-Fi for several months. Anyone who's asking about why I'm not uploading, that's obvious. I told you they're blocking my information. So yeah, I lost a little bit of my momentum. I lost a little bit of my stamina in that regard, because one person can only take so much. So I hope you guys are doing well, and don't let anyone stand in your way, especially selfish people. Thank you so much. Love you. Ciao.